Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are Deviance Casting coming at you again with episode 2 of Deviance Casting. We are going to be casting a game of Cardfight Vanguard again. I am joined once again by my co-caster, Deviance Firehawk.
Hello everybody.
And I am of course Deviance Shadow Prophecy. Now as I said, we are talking Cardfight Vanguard, which means we are at our local shop, Card Coffs Harbour Good Games, sponsored by Vinny, 10 out of 10, good guy.
I mean, he is a golden god among men.
He's a pretty good guy. Now, the matchup we have for you today is a Nova Grappler player on our left-hand side and our Bermuda Triangle player on the right-hand side. Now, how do you think this matchup's going to go, Dylan?
Honestly, it's 50-50. It's really whoever combos off first. If the Bermuda player can get the Prisms out, they're going to be set. Because they can bounce so much and have that guard. But in the same breath, Nova Grappler can put out a hell of a lot of attacks.
Okay, so we're looking at whichever clan can sort of combo off better.
Yeah, really, it comes down to who sets up nicer, who gets their big pieces off, and really who gets the most attacks out.
Okay, so key cards we're looking for from the Nova Grappler, it's obviously Suzander, probably the best card in the deck. Able to get heaps of power upon standing, which is mainly what the deck decides it wants to do. And then from the Bermuda Triangle, I believe we're looking for Amelia, is that correct?
Amelia, if you can't hit any Prisms, just because you can get massive hand advantage for her, it's really nice. Prism Promise Layette, I think it's pronounced, is another big one for Bermudas.
Yep. Alright, so we have our players drawing their opening hands. We'll see how the mulligans go. Again, looking for players to be able to ride through the grades. We don't want any G assists. Looks like both players deciding to take 2 cards, I believe.
Looked like 2, yeah. But it's pretty hard when all the sleeves are the same colour.
Well, very true. Looks like... Oh, dropping cards. Yep, does look like both players have taken 3.
Yeah. Interesting. It means they're probably not the best hands they opened with, but that's why we have the mulligan.
Hopefully 3 at least means we can ride through the grades. Optimal hand is 1, 2, and 3. Let's see how we go. Looking at the Bermuda Triangle player's hand, it does look like he has a 1, 2, and 3. Has to ride the Limit Break Enabler and passes the turn.
You do actually need it.
That's
Does
usually...
draw for turn.
It's usually not a great sign when you see the Limit Break Enabler road, just because it's too good of a card.
Played on Mechanic, the ride, a check, nothing, that reveals 2 cards instead of the 1, so decides to shuffle his deck. The Bermuda Triangle player getting a draw trigger, which is fantastic for this, as they're able to bolster that naturally big hand they're going to get anyway.
Yeah, it's really good when you can combo off a bunch of draws along with getting massive bounce.
Decides to draw for turn this time, that's important.
That's a nice little thing you should do.
Rides and swings.
Interesting ride, considering that's one of the combo pieces that you can use.
We'll have to see how he goes. He did drive check another one though, so he is okay there.
Yes, not the worst.
Maybe face Narcissus, rides and swings. No guard again declared, a perfect guard, and a late.
Which is unfortunate, however, I'm pretty sure there are 4 of them in that deck, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue if he's got 1 or 2 in the hand.
Rides into Vern. Now that's good. He's on his main grade 3 target, which is excellent. We're going to see a good game from him. No guard again declared, a critical, all effects to Vanguard, and a draw trigger. Here we go. This is getting interesting.
That was a nice 2 checks right there from the Bermuda player. Now Yaki going in the drop zone, which isn't particular, and the damage zone, sorry, isn't particularly good.
No. But we see the ride onto Victor, both decks in full effect, so this is going to be an interesting game.
Second ability is somewhat wasted because I don't have anything out.
As the Nova Grappler player did just note, he doesn't have that much of a field at the moment.
He doesn't, but that on-stride skill does happen on attack, which he needs to remember.
And we do see Suzander coming down, which is nice.
Suzander is very good, followed by an Arboreal, so he is quite set up for this turn, getting an 11k here, and allowing him to restand a unit from attack. Ooh, calls the Victor critical. This is good, because he's able to bolster his hand as well.
This is a nice setup, and then we see Garnet go down, which is unfortunate.
But a heal trigger is very, very good. Allows him to heal 1 damage and give power to the Vanguard.
Does we see another swing? Yes.
Forgets about the power, but that's okay. See how this turn goes.
Here we go, he's deciding right now. This isn't actually bad right now. Getting those 2 triggers is going to be really nice.
Does now decide to add the power after taking the attack. See how this goes. Attacks, puts into the soul to draw a card. I
Plus
believe
the
our
power.
Victor player is still new to the deck, so that is why he's forgetting that is on attack skill as opposed to an on stride skill.
Yes, we should probably mention that both players are actually relatively new to the game.
Very, very true. But still a good matchup nonetheless.
We do see a perfect guard, which is a good play
Does
against
get
that.
a stand trigger. Very, very nice. So he does get to stand it either way.
Which is nice.
A perfect guard, very handy to have. And the third check is a babyface Narcissus.
Alright, we got one more attack coming in.
Looks like it's 9, 13, 23, 28, I believe, to a 21,000. So it's only a 10k guard. Let's see how they go. No guard
They
is
are only
declared.
4 damage, so they could take it, and they do decide to do that. Losing a Princess Celtic there, which is unfortunate.
Stands and draws. Can he stride? Let's see. Does have a nice hand that he's built up through those draw triggers. Does stride with a stride bottom.
Which is always a good thing. Now, what stride is he going to hit is the big question right now.
I would assume it'd be Vert.
You will be Vert if he's got that grade 3, or at least hopeful on a grade 3.
It does look like he has another Vert in hand.
So then he can start comboing off with consistent break rides, basically. He is at 5 damage, so Garnet's skill is also activated if he has one of them.
Does look like he's looking at, I believe that is the Labrador stride?
Yes, it is the Labrador evolution, I guess.
Ah,
Evolution.
does decide to go with that. Alright, let's see how this goes. Oh, this is...
Here we go.
Here we go, okay.
So now if he can play this right, he's going to get a lot of power out of this.
Yeah, this will be very, very interesting. So decides to attack for a 16k, so that's 10k guard. No guard is declared, and no trigger. That's Xander in the damage. Another 16k attack. Another no guard declared, but a critical trigger giving power to the Vanguard.
Alright, here we go. The big swing right now.
Swings in, 26, 31 to 16. Let's see how this goes. He probably will perfect guard off of what he got last time in his drive checks.
Just explaining the rules there to the Nova Grappler player to explain what's about to happen to him.
Yes, yes. Declaring he hates that one. No, our Nova Grappler player, not a fan of restanding Vanguards, only restanding rear guards. Oh, a critical trigger. Giving no effects to anything because nothing is standing.
At this point, it doesn't really matter, but we are about to see the combo. So 3 get bounced, or 3 discarded first, sorry, then you bounce 3 and ride a grade 3 unit from your hand.
I believe it's only bounce 2, and the starter
It is.
will bounce
You are
once.
correct. The starter bounces by itself.
So discards, decides to bounce the 2 in the front row, starter bounces by itself.
In this case, it
Does need to flip a copy, which he will do.
Right about now. There we go.
So we'll see what he's able to ride from his hand.
read the break ride effect. Do not forget it.
You reminding him of the break ride effect.
Yes. That is me in the background, because I'm currently standing right behind the camera.
Does that mean I can't taken it back because I...
Nope. Because what you've done is you've still bounced the cards, and now you just can't finish.
Okay, so that's...
Basically explaining that the effect still happens, he just can't do anything with it.
No matter what.
Yes, so because he doesn't have a grade 3, he's able to do as much of the skill as he can. Cannot finish the skill by rewriting the grade 3 disc, so does not get to restand and attack again.
However, as I did explain, then the bonuses are you do get that hand advantage for guard,
Exactly.
which is just nice. Even if you can't hit that extra grade 3, you might as well use it.
Definitely true. Definitely true.
And I'll use IG guarded for 2 triggers. Died.
Now we see our player going into Meteor Kaiser Victor again,
His ability.
explaining
Honestly-
the stride skill.
When he attacks, I can counterblast 1, 2, stand another rear guard, and he gets 5k. It was the.
Honestly, one of the nicest strides he likes to use, definitely, considering it's the only one he has at the moment.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Very true.
But it is nice. It's a nice stride simply because it forces guard no matter what you do.
Especially now he's a Generation Break 3, he is guaranteed to restand without having to actually hit. And having a Sazanda on board, this is going to be a very nice attack.
If he plays this right, he may even be able to win here.
This could be the final turn of this game. does decide to attack.
Vanguard, stand that against
Standing
5k.
off of Victor's on stride skill, I believe. No, that looks to be Meteor Kaiser Victor's attacking skill. So not using the on stride skill.
First check.
We do see a perfect guard come out.
Perfect guard is declared.
Check.
Gets a stand.
Stand and give it 5k over here.
Stands. Very nice. So that's another attack.
We'll attack for
There we go, we swing again.
and give 4k to here.
Now deciding to guard. Very strong play.
Yep, probably good, because if he doesn't, he's dead.
Well, that's very true. There are such things as miracle heals, Dylan.
Into the Vanguard.
There is. We do see the hand whittling very quickly from the Bermuda player right now.
Very, very quickly. And it looks as though the cards in hand for our Nova Grappler player is 6 going into this turn, so he does have a lovely amount of hand to be able to guard these attacks.
Honestly, at this point, I don't think the Bermuda player can really do much, simply because he just doesn't have the hand, and he needs to be able to have things on the field to really do what he wants to do.
It's very interesting, as we know he's discarded his starter, so he can't automatically bounce that. He is able to stride using the cards in his hand, but what he can do is, in fact, stride into our vert stride and maybe pull a grade 3 immediately off the drive trigger check. However, that is not the case. He decides to forego striding and go straight into the attacks.
Interesting choice there. I would have personally strode, just because you can get so much more hand back from doing that.
Yeah, I think that also would have been the correct play in this point, but we'll see how this works out for him.
See a 10k dropped.
So swings for 11, another 10k will ensure 2 triggers, or 15 for a no pass. Let's see how he decides to guard. A generation guard will put him at a no pass.
Yeah, but at this point, I think the Nova Grappler player knows he's probably going to win next turn.
So no triggers off the drive check, and there's that grade 3 I was talking about. So had he strode, he would have been in a very commanding position.
That would have been 6 drive checks this turn.
Yes, that's very true. And that hand of the Nova Grappler player would have either gone down a lot or completely whittled away.
Yeah, it honestly would have been the best choice to stride there, but unfortunately in this situation you can't really predict what you're going to top deck.
As no stride declared again, so this is interesting as well.
Playing some Limit Break era Vanguard right now.
It appears we are, but none of these Vanguards, apart from our Break Ride, have Limit Break.
Interesting matchup, this one.
Double intercept, 10k guard, another 10k guard. Let's see how he goes. It looks as though he may not have enough to guard it, or have everything. Oh, he's looking at triggers. This could be the end. Searching for heals.
I think it might be the end, because I'm pretty sure he's only got 3 cards in hand, and one of them is a grade 3.
One of them is a grade 3. He has max 10k, and that is the game, unfortunately. No
Game,
heal trigger.
unfortunately. Honestly, that
Matchup?
stride would have changed everything, I think.
I think you're correct there, Dylan. It would have changed the way that game had played out. However, it was very well played by both players. Win going off to the Nova Grappler. As always, guys, we'd like to thank you for watching our video. If you'd like to leave a like, that would be greatly appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe for more.
We'll see you guys next time.
See you.